Why, hello there, my name is Depth Charge 2030, and before I go on my whole be like, oh, hey, I'm talking about this comic today, I just want to say sorry that my videos have been coming out slower. Well, yeah, they've been coming out slower, but I just want to say sorry. My schedule's been weird and whatnot as of late, so I haven't really had enough time to sit down and talk about the comics I've been picking up, so again, sorry. So today I am talking about Transformers More Than Meets the Eye, issue number 33. Take a look at this cover art. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's one messed up rewind right there. And uh, this is. I don't want to say it's a basic comic cover art. It's basically messed up rewind in standing in the dark. It's like, oh, a horror movie, ooh, in the shadows and in the messed up lost light. And it looks great. It looks great. That's all I can say about it. It's great. And it has my oily hand fingers on it because I don't know. Yeah, yeah. So let's just jump right in and talk about the comic. So this issue picks up immediately after issue 32, and so the team in them, the team, they're there. They're like, oh my god, Rewind, you're alive, and then they just go on from there. And so they talk to Rewind. They're like, "Hey, Rewind, what happened?" And Rewind, he's just like, he's so messed up from the DJD that he can't talk about it. He just goes, "Here's a data slug. You sort it out yourself." And then Nautica goes on this whole sciency mumbo jumbo. And let me just talk one thing about James Roberts and all of his science. It is amazing. This is amazing science that just goes down in this issue, where they talk about the explosion that happened in issue number 1 of More Than Meets the Eye, and how the Lost Light shot in one direction, and so Nautica goes like, oh, but the quantum engines didn't shoot in one direction. It narrowed itself down to two directions and said, you know what, let's go both, and created two different Lost Lights, and they went separately. And yeah. So then, it's basically two different lost lights have been coexisting kind of in parallel, uh, whatchamacallit dimensions, and the universe has just been like ignoring the fact that there's two of them and just being like, oh, just go with it. And so now, since they've found the dead Rodimus a couple issues ago, that's when the two ships finally cross paths, and now it's the universe is kind of deciding which one to keep around. And so that's why they are here and now on this very, very messed up Lost Light. And so Nightbeat from the Data Slug, he learns about all the horrors that went down on this Lost Light, and how some things didn't happen while some things did, and so a traitor on the ship basically just shut down the whole slow cell that Overlord was on. So that was what brought the DJD onto the Lost Light. And so that's when they realize, oh, wait a second, if the quantum foam blows up, that's going to be big no no, big no no. So now they got to go and turn off the quantum engines before it blows up a planet. So yeah. And that's when we get to a nice little conversation with, well, not exactly conversation, more or less Skids yelling at Megatron, telling him that, basically, because now Megatron's an Autobot, but he's like, I don't want to save these non-Cybertronians. What are they gonna do? And that's when Skids just points to his Autobot badge and says, this is your badge. You're an Autobot. Stop acting like a Decepticon and be a good person. And that's great. That's great. It's just nice to see, like, Skids is kind of the moral compass to Megatron, just being like, do you want to change? You know, you're saying you're an Autobot? Then be an Autobot, you know? And so they decide, because only one of them is small enough to actually rewind, he's the only one small enough to go and shut off the engines manually. They go on a search for Brainstorm's mass displacement gun from the annual back in 2012. And so that's when they find a dead Brainstorm, and that's when they learn that he has a mouth. They spend a couple panels being like, "Holy crap, he had a mouth! I never knew that." But then they realize, "Oh wait, he was the Decepticon traitor." Oh, bad. And then it takes a while for Ravage to be like, dude, if this brainstorm was a traitor, so was yours. And so Megatron, he just breaks the faceplate in his hand and just goes, hey guys, remember I turned into a gun? They're like, yeah? Yeah, I can shrink. It's like, you never thought to tell us about this? He's like, no, why would I tell you guys this? I don't want to kill myself. This is a fool's errand. And so, that's when Megatron and Tiny Megatron, mind you, and Little Rewind, they go out into space, and it's funny. I just find it funny seeing the two of them the same height, and I'm just like, oh my god, that's funny. And so, they go over to go and turn off the engines, and Nautica goes, oh hey, theoretically, if you do this, Rewind, your lost light will never exist and ours will. Yay. And Rewind's like, you know what? I can't live without Chrome Dome. I'm alright with this. And then he goes, hey Megatron, are me and Chrome Dome still a thing over on your lost light? And Megatron just goes, you guys are inseparable. And that's when they turn off the engines and everyone starts to come back. They're all back on the Rod Pod, and everyone's slowly coming back. And so when Chrome Dome moves back up, that's when Skids just goes, hey, go outside right now. No questions, go outside. And that's where Chrome Dome finds Rewind. And except for one panel, for these 2 pages, except for one panel, the entire thing, no words. And it just speaks so much. These 2 people reunited, and it's just all of the fangirls in the world just cried of how amazing this was. Just seeing these 2 back together, and I was just like, yeah, they're back. They're back together. Yay! Everything's right. For once, everyone lives, right, Doctor Who? I don't know. But then Megatron's just like, yeah, I gotta go tell Rodimus about Brainstorm, and then it turns out Nightbeat still has the the briefcase from the other Brainstorm, and then they're like, what do we make of this? And then we cut on to the Lost Light and Swerves, and Brainstorm is in the bar with the briefcase, where the 3 rules: no guns, no swords, no briefcase. Why did I stick up my pinky? I don't know. So that's when he just goes, oh, I can't bring in my briefcase, can I? Well, no. I can do whatever the hell I want, and then everyone falls over. And that's the end of the issue. And holy crap. Holy moly. Cannoli. I love this issue. What can I say? James Roberts, you really do pull on the heartstrings of everyone whenever you write Transformers. Alex Milne, he's a great artist. He's what these 2 together are what make Transformers more than meets the eye what it is. They bring the heart, they bring the soul, they bring the artistic likeness to it, and it just makes it amazing. And now, Rewind, Chrome Dome, everyone's happy in the world, except for the people who fell over in Swerves, because they're dead? I don't know. Brawn was in there. They wouldn't kill Brawn unless they shot him in the shoulder. So, yeah. So, Brainstorm, holy crap. This issue left me speechless, kind of. Like, I wanted to talk about it in all its greatness, but at the same time, I couldn't because of how good it was. And so, I give this a 5 out of 5. This was a great issue. I really loved it. So, my name is Depth Charge 2030. I hope you love this video. Not love it. I don't know. I don't know what you guys think. I don't know. I just hope you liked it. So, thank you for your time, and take care.